So I was just about to prepare my lunch, and it's going to be a bit involved. There's a number of ingredients and steps in preparing this, and there'll be a separate video on that. Fisherman's eggs, if anybody is interested. And whenever I'm preparing a meal like this, I like to have a nice, flat, level, dry, clean surface to do all the prep work on. And that's where a table like this one from iClimb comes in. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts on this table, keep watching. All right, just before we get started, I just wanted to mention that I purchased this myself after having looked at it for some time and had a few viewers ask me about it and to get my thoughts on it. And I said, you know, this is actually something I think I might be interested in buying. So I did. I purchased it myself from Amazon. Now, I will tell you that there are cheaper tables that you can buy, $5 to $10 cheaper than this. I don't know that they're any better than this. In fact, I do have one in that price range, and I actually reached for this one, and it's mostly because of the stability and the strength that this one seems to have. A little bit more work putting together. You'll see what I mean in a moment. But other than that, this is the table I tend to reach for most often. All right, so what we'll do is I'll put this back in the stuff sack that it came with. I'll assemble it for you, and then we'll wrap the video up. All right, I took the table apart, put it back in the stuff sack that it came with. So nice canvas cotton stuff sack. It's a little different than a lot of the other tables come in, which are usually nylon. You don't have to have the stuff sack in order to use this table. It's just nice that it keeps everything organized. You'll see what I mean in a moment, because this is not all pre-assembled. It's four different pieces, I guess, that come together. So you need some way of keeping them organized all in one place. So that was the two main parts of the table. Down inside, if I can see what I'm doing. And these are the two legs. Now, the reason I kind of struggled for a second to get everything else is because the bag is divided down the middle with a separator there so that the table pieces go on one side and the legs go on the other. And I guess it's going to protect the table from scratches from the legs. Maybe that's the reason for it. But nice stuff sack. All right, now grab the two leg pieces. Like I said, it's different than some of the other tables that I've seen, and even ones that I own, in that some of them you just unfold them, lock the legs out, open them up, and the legs pop into place. Yeah, this is just a little bit different, but I'll tell you, when this one goes together, I haven't seen anything that is stronger or more stable than this one. So two pieces like this, and they'll go together in the middle, and you do need the legs to do the assembly. So you'll notice that on the outside edges right here is slots, grooves running down. Put one of those on, put the other one on. Now it's going to sit at a bit of angle. This is going to be a little bit awkward doing it on my lap, but I want to make sure. Let me just pull this down a little bit, make sure you see it all. It's probably easier to, not probably, it is easier to assemble it on a flat surface or on the ground. But I think you'll appreciate how easily it is to go together. So I will tell you this, when I first got it, without looking at the instructions, because I'm one of those people that don't look at instructions, it took me a little while to get a hang for how it goes together. But I want you to see what I've done so far. So the leg ends are in the little channels on both ends, but what you're going to notice is that there are notches here and here. And until you get this crossbar into those notches, the table's not truly set up. Well, you can do it from either end, but once you get one in, then you can get the other end. Missed that one. And this is why it helps to be on a flat surface, because then it's level. That's it. Okay, so that's the whole table really assembled. I mean, this is really solid at this point. So now that I've got it set up, I'll give you a few of the dimensions for it. So obviously, one of the things when you're looking at these tables and you're thinking, do I really need a table out in the woods? Trust me, once you start using one, you're going to want to keep using them because they are just so convenient. That is, if you have a reason for it, like cooking, like I'll be doing today. This is all about cooking my meal and having a flat prep surface, flat, clean, dry prep service. That's what it's all about. So one of the things you're going to say is, well, how much weight do I have to carry? Well, with this table by itself comes in at 13.8 ounces. If you add the stuff sack in, and again, you need something, whether it's that cotton one or not, it comes out to an even 16 ounces or 1 pound. Now, the height or the length of it, 14 inches. That's a little longer than some of the other ones I've had, which are in around the 12 inches. 9 3/4 inches in this dimension, and it stands off the ground a grand total of 4 inches. Now, I'll point this out only because of my experience with other tables. I have tables that have a straight bar coming across here, not two legs, four corner legs, if you will. The advantage here is that if you find yourself setting this up on uneven ground, which guess what, will probably be the case out in the woods, then you can push one into the ground a little bit, or maybe put something under one of the other legs just to level things off. When you've got a bar, it's running across the bottom, it's just not quite as easy to do that. Okay, there's not a lot more to see here. Of all the tables I have, and I have probably 4 or 5 now, this truly is my favorite. Not the quickest to set up, but the one I prefer to use because of its stability, its lightweight, and its size. All right, let's wrap this video up. Okay, this was only intended to be a nice short video where I could show you the table that I've been using of recent. I've had it now probably 3 months. And it doesn't go with me all the time, obviously, but anytime I'm doing meal prep, yeah, this is the one I'll reach for first if I'm not testing something else for a later review, because this really has become my favorite for so many reasons. And being made of aluminum, what's a question that somebody asked me about another table that I tested, is it safe to put your stoves on? Well, gas stoves, obviously, alcohol stoves, obviously, and yes, I wouldn't hesitate to put a wood stove on top of this. I will tell you this, only because of the holes in it, I'll probably put something on top of the table and then put the wood stove on. Like I obviously, when I carry wood stoves, I carry one of those little fiberglass squares that are fireproof, and you're just going to protect the surface from being marred by the coals or anything falling through. But other than that, strength, absolutely strong enough for it, and you don't have to worry about this melting from the heat, even without the fiberglass mat. It's just an extra level of protection. Yeah, so I will put the link to where you can take a look at this in Amazon, the same link that I used to purchase mine. I'll put the specifications if you're interested. And if you have any comments or questions, then put those in the comments section below. But until next time, get out and explore and take that path less traveled. Bye for now.